All right, so if you look towards the bottom of your Origins of Vietnam War packet, I just want to go over the first few events that we've gone over so far. I want to give it to you in one spot so you can kind of get a sense of the chronology here, right? So in 1883 is finally when France was able to pacify Vietnam. All right, remember 20, 25 years they spent trying to pacify them. They had gone in there in the 1860s, and by the mid 1880s they finally did it. And they split Vietnam into three sections, three regions: Cochin, China in the south, Annam in the middle, and Tonkin in the north. All right. 1940, remember, Japan had been going down through China and made their way into French Indochina. All right. And we remember that because it helped lead to Pearl Harbor, because it was near the Philippines. All right. In 1941, Ho Chi Minh finds the Viet Minh, the League for Independence of Vietnam, because they were against both the Japanese and the French in Vietnam. They were not collaborating with the Japanese. All right. Then in July 1945, all right, I'm not going to read through all of this, but July 45 is the Potsdam Conference, all right, where nationalist China gets to control northern Vietnam. All right, in August of 45, Japan surrenders and they transfer power to Ho Chi Minh. And then September 2, a couple of weeks later, was their Declaration of Independence. Okay. And September 13, less than 2 weeks later, the British land in Vietnam and they restore control of South Vietnam to the French. All right. And in October of 45, that's when Ho Chi Minh begins appealing to Truman with the multitude of letters. Okay. And then from 45 to 54, that's when the French and the Vietnamese fight each other. Okay, Vietnam fighting under Ho Chi Minh for their own independence. All right, the French fighting, being financed by the United States and President Truman. Okay, now in the middle of that mini war, I guess you can call it, compared to the others, in 1950, Ho Chi Minh's Democratic Republic of Vietnam is recognized by the Soviet Union, and on the other side, the French government and the figurehead is Bao Dai, in charge of that. The Vietnamese figurehead is recognized by the U.S. and France. Both governments claim to be the true government of Vietnam. And again, the U.S. begins pumping even more money into the French effort to retake Vietnam. And then 54, March through May of 54, if you look at the timeline, that's finally when the Vietnamese defeat the French, the Battle of Dien Bien Phu. Remember that name, Dien Bien Phu. All right. And that's where we'll end today.